What is going on, YouTube? This is Gavin 21202, aka Gavin Randy here, bringing you guys all the latest WWE. Wait 1 second. I'm gonna stop right there. Correct myself. Bringing you guys all the latest AEW news, rumors, headlines, and updates. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, because it kicks off the new era on this channel. With that being said, today marks the first episode of the 3-topic AEW news videos. No WWE talk today. There will be some WWE talk, but it will have in relation to AEW and what, if there's any talk of, any, of AEW in a WWE news video or WWE in an AEW news video, they're all and they're all in comparison. It has something to do with the topic. So, with that being said, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I'm very excited to make today's episode. And with that being said, let's get right into the 3 main event AEW topics. Here we go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that don't know, AEW will be hosting another show. Another show will be hosted on AEW's YouTube channel by the name AEW Dark. These are matches that are performed at tapings for AEW Dynamite, but actually aren't used. Now, with that being said, obviously, this is something that's supposed to start this Tuesday at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And with that being said, this seems, obviously, AEW, they're off to a great start because they just started and people are already wanting more of it. So with that being said, they'll have an hour show broadcast on their AEW YouTube channel. And with that being said, the matches that are confirmed as of right now is SCU versus the Jurassic Express, Darby Allin versus SEMA, or I don't know exactly. I might botch some of these names. I'm not too familiar with all of them. But Ali and Britt Baker versus Denelope Ford and B. Priestley. And then we have the Hybrid 2 and the Lucha Bros taking on Private Party and Best Friends. Now, with that being said, I'm most looking forward to, Hybrid and the Lucha Bros. Obviously, Pentagon and Phoenix, very amazing in the ring. But with that being said, those are matches that are confirmed as of right now for AEW Dark. And it seems as if those may be the only matches on that show. But we will know pretty much the outcomes. And there will be spoilers leaked somewhere probably every week just due to the fact that, it's a taped... It's taped, they're already known, the matches are already pre-recorded, so people already know what's going to happen. So I'm very excited to see how it all goes. I'm very excited to see how it all starts out because AEW Dynamite is off to a great fucking start. So I'd like to see if AEW Dark can get the same thing going. And then maybe if they can, maybe they can have like a little competition / draft thing between AEW Dynamite and AEW Dark. Because if Dark gets up to the ratings, Dark's going to end up on either TNT or some other TV channel. I just know it. So with that being said, we're going to hop right into the next topic of today's AEW news video. WWE and Vince McMahon may have just fucked up big time with Hell in a Cell, because with that being said, Hell in a Cell did not draw the best of numbers. And with that being said, Hell in a Cell, AEW, with the Hell in a Cell disaster, WWE may have just given AEW the upper hand once again on the ratings. Now, with that being said, obviously, Hell in a Cell, not that great of a show. You went into it, there weren't many matches confirmed. I think there were, maybe 3-4 matches confirmed. And with that being said, the other matches that did happen, they were kind of lackluster, as well as the main event match being Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins. Obviously, with the AEW chants breaking out at the end of the show, and the Young Bucks have responded to that, actually, so go check that out in the link in the description below. But with that being said, obviously, this is one of those things where if you really think about it, on average, a good episode of Raw will draw 2.5, maybe 3 million viewers, maybe 3 million. But with that being said, AEW drew 1.4 million on Dynamite. So with that being said, that's quite a big difference there. That's obviously, WWE has them in the ratings there, obviously, by a little over 1 million. And with that being said, I think that's very possible for AEW to get those numbers up and actually be a legit competition to not only NXT, but WWE's main roster as well, so that WWE's main roster will have to step it up. Now, obviously, heading into it, I thought it would be something cool. I thought it would be something different if WWE, or it wouldn't be something different because it would be kind of the repeat of the 90s, but if they had AEW Dynamite live on a Monday night and it was 2 hours long instead of 3, like Raw. But with that being said, due to the fact, obviously, if Dynamite was a 3-hour running long show, they probably would have done that in the long run. But with that being said, I think that if WWE went up against AEW and the main roster actually was doing the work, I feel like the effort would be put forth, and obviously it would be a great war, and WWE's main roster would step up, and hopefully, you know, their product gets a little bit better. So that's what I really thought. That's what I really think that they should have done, is obviously the main roster going up against AEW, but it didn't work out that way. And NXT is doing a great thing right now, but you know, they're obviously not winning to AEW in the ratings war. So with that being said, we're going to head on to the main event of today's WWE news video in regards to Chris Jericho and his AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before Chris Jericho goes into full gear to defend his AEW World Heavyweight Championship, he'll have to defend his AEW Championship on an episode of Dynamite on October 16th. And with that being said, on tomorrow night's episode of AEW Dynamite, we will be seeing Darby Allin versus Jimmy Havoc in a #1 contenders match, where the winner of that match will go on to face Chris Jericho on the next week's episode of Dynamite on the 16th. Now, with that being said, AEW does plan, for those of you that don't know, there's a little bit of an ongoing feud going on between Chris Jericho and Cody Rhodes in AEW right now. Obviously, WWE plans to pick up the feud from there. Now, obviously, whether that's, you know, Cody Rhodes costing Chris Jericho the championship, which is obviously a long shot, it does look likely that Chris Jericho is going to go over and actually retain the championship. But like I always say, anything can happen and anything will happen. They can always change something last minute. But with that being said, it is expected that Jericho will win. He'll win over either against Darby Allin or Jimmy Havoc. And with that being said, the news and the speculation right now going into it is that Chris Jericho will defend his AEW championship against Chris Jericho at Full Gear, but nothing has yet been confirmed. Now, with that being said, obviously, a lot of emotions running wild since AEW has debuted on TNT. It's been phenomenal. I like what they're doing, and obviously, they're kind of forming this heel stable with Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, who's formerly known as Jack Swagger, and all these heel guys. And I like what they're doing with it, and I also like how they do these little press conferences. AEW, they kind of have these weigh-ins / press conferences before and after their matches. And with that being said, Comic-Con, I believe it was, and if it wasn't Comic-Con, it was something along the likes of that. It wasn't an AEW advertised production or anything. Chris Jericho and Cody Rhodes got into a fight, and they obviously put on a show for that Comic-Con audience, but they bring it to life. I feel like that's one thing WWE doesn't do that AEW does, is they bring the show to life. I mean, obviously, when you're out and you're in public and they want to keep the show going, I feel like AEW doesn't break kayfabe, and that's something that I really like about it. Guys like MJF, guys like Chris Jericho, and even guys like Cody Rhodes, they all do a phenomenal job. They maintain their character, and I feel like that's the way professional wrestling should be. So, like I just said, AEW is doing a fantastic thing right now. I really like what they're doing, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for that, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for these AEW news videos, because with that being said, you guys already know what it all is. We went over 3 main event caliber topics today. I want you guys to throw down in the comment section what you guys thought about the video. Do you like these new AEW topic news videos? If not, we'll go back to just making WWE news videos, but this I thought would be something bigger to progress the channel and progress us even higher. So with that being said, you guys already know what it all is, ladies and gentlemen. In order for me to bring you all the way to WWE / AEW, any news that you guys want, you guys need to like this video, favorite this video, share this on every social media platform that is humanly possible, and do me one final thing, and definitely subscribe. Thanks, guys. Love you all. Gavin 21202 out. Wa-boom. And we'll be back on Thursday with a WWE news video.